Hi, I'm Yumika Hoskin and I'm the founder of Pico Bag. I launched Pico Bag in 2019 on Earth Day, and I always knew that I wanted to have a business. I didn't know exactly what it was until I was living in Asia. It was 2018 when the frustration turned into an idea to want to be part of the solution. As you may know, they like their plastics. They like their single-use plastics. And I come from a Japanese background. My mother always instilled a lot of reusability into my lifestyle. So I used to, go to school with reusable lunchboxes. The supermarket, we'd always have reusable bags in the car trunk. And so when I moved to Singapore, I really started to notice how much there is this sort of kind of like a blind eye culture to what they're accepting and consuming. And I think all of us have definitely been part of that. And it's funny when you really wake up and you start to have eco-anxiety. I realized when I was looking at the market, there was nothing on there that was stylish, that was made from a sustainable material, and that also wasn't bulky. So when I created Pico Bag, I really thought of those elements as the main attraction, and Pico Bag was born. I think out of genuine curiosity, I started researching different materials, and I'm very much a person who goes into stores and starts to feel everything, bring out the care label, see what the composition is. And what I was seeing was a lot of regenerated fabric, either made from fishing nets or made from plastic bottles. For me, I decided to stick with regenerated polyester made from recycled plastic bottles because it was a little bit more cohesive with my cause of wanting to influence a change in getting people to stop using single-use plastic and start, basically my motto is change a habit, change the world. And so once we landed on, looking at a few different fabrics that Purna were able to source for me, we found a beautiful fabric that felt so good in the hand, was strong, and had the ability to be able to have sublimation printing on it. So once we landed on this new fabric, honestly, it's been amazing, and one of the biggest things that I have from customers in terms of reviews is, wow, this Pico 2.0 fabric feels incredible. So very happy with that. I've been really lucky to work with some incredible brands that I never thought I'd be able to work with, and it came about really organically. So for my job working in entertainment, I had a little bit of a presence online, which worked hand in hand with getting Pico Bag to have a bit more exposure. It's strange. I feel like it's all universe manifesting. I think it was only 2 or 3 months into launching the business, we had our first client email us, which was a big hotel who wanted to create sustainable brands for a sustainable event that they were holding in a couple months. We've worked with Adobe, we've worked with Bombay Sapphire recently, a few different banks. We've made some bags for an electric vehicle company, and we're hoping to be able to expand to the US market now that I am based here. But then you work with other companies who are asking the questions about what's the story behind it, who are your manufacturers, where is it manufactured, is this information going to be available on the product somehow. And I think that's been the most amazing experience of having these long-lasting relationships with clients who really care about the story. And when it comes to working with big corporations and even just working in this industry, I think that collaboration, loyalty, and cooperation is so important, because that's the way we're going to move forward, especially when it comes to a circular, sustainable future together. Understanding the story, and the more questions you can answer, the better, especially in this day and age where greenwashing is so easy to do. So I think that a lot of these certifications you can get to sort of put on your website, all it really entails is giving them a big donation and then they can use their badge on the website. So asking questions and like having all the information as much as you can available, I think really matters. Interestingly, I think back in the day with the hand tags, we used to cut it off, throw it out, not even look at it. These days, people are looking at the hand tags, people are reading the story, people are looking for the certification badges. So I think the advice is really feed those curious minds and inform as much as possible. You know, I think if you're going to start a business, now is definitely the time. When it comes to social media, really anyone can be discovered, anyone's brand can be discovered, and it really potentially just takes one right person to be able to blow it up and make your product viral. But also, you know, I would say before you start a brand, especially if you're going to start an eco brand, a sustainable brand, a brand with soul, you want to really focus on the why and get that really concrete before you start it. The biggest customer is going to be you. You have to love your product. And I always find that. I mean, I use a Pico Bag every single day. I go to the groceries, obviously. I go get lunch. I give it to friends, you know, for gifts and whatnot. And so for me to be able to love my brand and pass it on to someone else is really important. The term influencer, it doesn't have to be online. It really can be in person. And honestly, I get way more joy out of having my friends tell me, oh, you know, I don't buy new clothes anymore. I'm going to Burning Man or a festival, but I'm only going to buy thrifted clothes or vintage clothes, and it's because of you. I think like that type of influence you can have on someone is, I mean, so heartwarming. So if it's, say, for in the office and you want to encourage people to stop buying plastic water bottles, bringing your water bottle, or perhaps you want to give someone, being like, hey, I noticed you always use plastic, it's so bad for you, for your health as well, I bought you this gift. And influencing that change in people's habits is really just this like domino trickle effect. You'll be really surprised by how much you can influence people every day. And I think that's what's really important as well. You don't need to start a business if you don't want to. It's a lot of work, but I think just being proud of a daily habit that you've changed and you've been able to influence someone else is really beautiful. And I think I probably was a little bit stuck on, well, I don't want to turn into too much of a fashion brand. You know, I am an eco brand. So I think there was a little bit of hesitation in creating more products and saturating with the market with things perhaps that we don't need. So I knew I always wanted to create something that there is either a gap in the market or it's something that I would use personally. And so we're going to be going in the luggage department and creating a luggage organizer. So it'll come in 3 different sizes. We're still in the sampling stages, but from the first samples that I have, they're really awesome. Everything in terms of the product, we're talking about the zips, we're talking about the fabrics used, you know, the mesh. All of it is all sustainable, regenerated fabrics. Even the story behind where we got the zips from and the company behind that is really exciting. So I'm hoping we'll have those by the end of the year.